Hi, Pastor Charlie here from New Hope Lutheran Church. Welcome. Today I want to show you my miter saw. It's a pretty neat piece of equipment. You can change the angle you want to cut a piece of wood at like this. And when it's set here, right at 90 degrees, it's pretty cool because it eliminates the need for a square. Most of the time when you cut a piece of wood, what you have to do is put your square on it, you draw your line, and then you take your saw and cut it along that exact line. All you need with this saw is just to have one little mark because it automatically cuts it off at 90 degrees. It has a few other neat features as well. First of all, it has a stop here. So you can set the distance between your blade and the stop, and you clamp it down. And you can make as many pieces as you want by pushing it up to the stop, cutting, and then you get the same size every single time. Another neat thing about it is that it has a vise. And that's if you're making a complex kind of cut and you want to hold the wood in place. There, it's secure there. This is a very precise tool. It can do a lot of really neat things. Now, to cut a piece of wood, as I was saying before, all you have to do is measure it, put it this way, measure it, put a mark on it at whatever size you want. Just like that. Now the neat thing here is, and the important thing is, what you want to do is you want to cut half of that line because that's exactly the size you want. So I don't have a lot of time here, so we'll just go ahead. Okay, so what you might notice here is I missed my mark. And that's the kind of thing that happens when we get just a little bit too enthusiastic or overzealous or impatient. Even with a precise tool like this, well, you can still have a mistake if the operator is in too much of a hurry. And this isn't only a problem with working around the garage either. When St. Paul started out preaching to people, he was so into moving things along in a hurry that people didn't really want to hear what he had to say, since he basically just argued with people. And because of that, he got into trouble. He found himself in prison, although he did escape. But he then found himself in the hands of an angry mob in another city. So his enthusiastic and very impatient presentation, it got him into trouble. He learned though. In our lesson from Acts 17, we discover that when he got to the city of Athens, he changed his tactics. First, he took a look around the city to see what the people were like. What interested them? What did they think was important for them in their lives? And then instead of simply arguing with people that they were wrong, he started out by praising them. "I see you are very religious," he said. And then he goes on to tell them about the unknown God. And because Paul took the time and was patient, he was able to reach out to people who otherwise wouldn't have given him a second look. Instead of just tearing in, he found common ground with the people, and he began there. And that's how it needs to be for us. If we want to be serious about spreading this good news of the gospel message to others. We can't begin by just rushing in and saying, I'm right and you're wrong. No, we can't use that attitude because too often we set ourselves up for failure. Instead, we first need to find common ground with the people we're addressing. And we need to do that whether it's on the street or even in a garage. We'll see you next time.